TimeShot, yes, TimeShot. I'm in the place where my friends are, and I know together we'll go far. Yeah, TimeShot, yes, TimeShot. And I'm still doing things the TimeShot way.
Hello, people. It's Poe, and we're back in TimeShot. A lot to cover today because I did a bunch of updates to the base here, you can see, and I had covered it all in a previous episode that I recorded. I recorded for 50 minutes, 50 minutes, a rant that I'm going to try to do again today, but I'm going to try to do it a lot faster. A lot faster than 50 minutes anyway. To get started, let's start actually putting some of this stuff away. I went hunting for quartz. Oops. That would be iron. I went hunting for quartz the other day, so I had to shove it in my ender chest because I had too much of it. I was busy. Okay, there we go. What is that? Dark oak, so I got wood. Let's put that in there. That in there. That there. Some eggs I don't need. Rockets I need. Mending book I need. That's one slab I don't need. Probably the shears I could get rid of. Flint and steel I could probably get rid of. You can always craft things like that very, very easily anyway. Alright. Mending book for now I'm just going to throw in there. This I'm going to throw in there. Alright. So as you can see, I have my elytra on. I did pay for it with my own money. And I've been using that lately as a sort of a faster way of getting around. But I'll cover that in a second. For now, for now, I actually wanted to show you guys this. So this is something that I worked on about a week ago now. I haven't touched it since, but I was just doing the one side. It was going to be another round building. So this is, I think I did record that part. I did record putting the pillars in a sort of a roundish egg-shaped formation, similar to how I have this one. So it's kind of in an egg shape, rather than being completely round and rather than being square. I tend to like these egg shapes. You can see them there. You can see them there. And these are to a point, these pillars. That one, like, I like circles. I like the rounder shapes. Rather than building like this, my storage room over there, I actually don't really care for the design of it. I'll be honest with you. But you know, it still looks nice, I think, but not as nice as if it were like a rounder building. But anyway, I started with that, and then I was looking at this, and I was like, you know, it'd be actually kind of cool if I took this building and then actually built more of it, like built an interior section in this part, one layer in or two, that would jut out and then like cap off. So this building might actually, this might not be finished yet. And the reason I wanted to do that is because I was looking at this one. Okay, so you see that it has kind of like the quartz at the bottom, and the quartz at the bottom wraps around. If you were to remove from this pillar all this, the dark clay and the glass, if you were to remove all of that up, it would sort of be the same shape as this. And I was like, that would be so cool if I were to just all of a sudden jut out another part of the building. So that's something that I was considering doing, and I think I might do that. But that's, right now, it's as good as finished to me, so I'm not going to work on that until like after all the other projects are done. So this one, we've got an ovular shape, more or less, right here, made out of stairs. Then we've got these triangular shapes that just abruptly stop and then go down to the pillar. So that's that. Oh, and it's got stair blocks that go all the way down this way too, just to give it some texture that way. And then towards the bottom, actually let's go down. Let's go down this way. Look at it from the bottom. So it's got glass that shoots up the sides and is capped off by more of that dark clay, similar style to that. I really like that. I really like how it looks. It isn't at all what I had envisioned when I started making it. Whee! Isn't at all what I envisioned when I had started making it. But what I'm going to do is actually kind of mirror this side over on this side. So basically I need lots and lots of quartz, because that took, I think, like 4 stacks of quartz just to do this half side. Go up one way with an entire thing of quartz, go up, stair, chisel, chisel, stair, chisel, chisel, stair, chisel, chisel, you know, so on. Pillars up the sides, and then replicate it over here. So that'll take it up to about here, and then I've got to design the interior part. But that's, I don't know what the purpose of this building is. It's just a building. It's just, I'm building it for the sake of building it. It doesn't have a purpose. The entryway will be right here, more or less. So something I'm working on. It's just a project for the sake of having a project, I think. I want to make pretty looking buildings. What can I say? This part I cut out. I don't know if I'm really happy with it, but I wanted to do a fascia, I guess is the best way to, a facade? I don't know. One of the two. I want to make, like, I'm comfortable now with covering up as much stone as I can, and I'm comfortable if I build like a design, a pattern, similar to like how this pattern looks. You see this pattern that goes up the side here? I wouldn't mind having kind of a nice pattern right here, just to tie in this level with this level. It'd be nice. Maybe put pattern type of thing right here. You know, nothing stopping me from putting patterns on any, like right here. I could have like pillars circling this instead of it being stone. And essentially the thought process behind that, and it's I don't know if I like it yet. I don't know how, it's going to take so much quartz that it might not even be possible. Is to eventually just cover all of the stone you see with like creative looking quartz designs. That's very, 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 very difficult. Namely because the amount of quartz that you need is just so obscene. I can get about 5 stacks, maybe 6 stacks every hour I look in the nether. But to get more than that, like I would need, because that project alone was probably going to be like, you know, half a stack to a stack, to cover that whole, like this whole bottom part here would just be, you know, stacks upon stacks, and it's just hours of grinding. I really wish there was a mob that dropped quartz that we could just farm, but unfortunately not. Now this mess of dirt is actually a schematic I put down. Not a schematic. I shouldn't say that word because that confuses people to think I got this from somewhere. It's just it's a template that I made out of dirt, based on some ideas that I was having. This is going to be a pool down there. It's going to be interesting to see how this looks. Yeah. Just very, very, very interesting. I had to seamless transition, right? It's almost on nighttime. Oh no. I actually had to go and answer the door, but I'm back. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So it's interesting how this is gonna look. I have some ideas in my brain, and right now it just looks like a bunch of squares. So I'm gonna work on that today. just mocking up some of the squares with quartz, of course. Quartz. There we go. And I'll talk about I'll do my rant. Now, hold on. I kind of lost my timing because I don't know how long I was recording that first segment. I'll just assume it was about 10-ish minutes. I don't know if it was, but I hope. And I'll go on with this one for about another 10-20 minutes. And hopefully it's not too long. Worst case scenario, I mean, I've posted 40-minute videos before, so that's not a big deal, but let's go. Let's do this. So another thing I need another block. I need another type of block. I need these. There we go. Follow the theme. Where am I going? Yeah, this is the way. So, my rant is going to be about my car. And my car is a subject of a little bit of hostility now. Wait a minute. What am I doing here? I built this so long ago. I think this is actually wrong in my brain. Like this part is going to be different. So I'm going to take that out for now. That part's going to be different. I will try to have a pillar going up and down here if I can. But right now, all I need to do is focus on this. So anyway, my car. So the problem with my car is that it's a Canadian car. Okay, so one of the biggest issues I'm having right now is in trying to sell it. I wanted to sell it. Okay, so because me and Win, we're not strapped on cash by any means, but any additional money we do have would be wonderful. I'll say that, and I'm sure the same could be said about just about everybody on the planet. But excuse me, I have this car, and this car is worth something. And when you've got something of worth, and you can sell it, you have the ability to sell it. We already have another car. Okay, isn't it the American way? But we already have another car. It's Win's car from before I moved here. And we always just figured like what we would do, bring my car here and then sell it and give the smaller car to Beth and then buy something else like an SUV or something so that we could still carry the kids in it and go to the store and get groceries, but then also go to the hardware store and get like lumber and stuff if we need for a new house. So like an SUV is the perfect car for us right now. And also having the extra money in the meantime would be very, very beneficial. So selling my car is something that I really, really wanted to do. And I went about trying to see if I could do it. We weren't even sure for a little while there when we were writing offers on houses and stuff. We weren't sure that we were going to make the minimum down payment required. Like, it was coming down to the wire, and we weren't sure if we were going to make the minimum down payments. So I needed to sell my car as part of that too, and we were starting to panic. Like, my car was not selling, and we didn't have the money, so what were we going to do? But I'm kind of jumping the gun there because that's all part of it. That's all part of this rant. Now, like I said, in jumping the gun, I couldn't sell the car. And we were getting really, really frustrated because, I wanted to sell it, but we couldn't. So the reason is because it's a Canadian car. So I went to CarMax. Not a sponsor. Not a sponsor, but I actually had a really good experience there. Would recommend. I'm I'm actually going to, let's just cut that out like that maybe. And my dog is starting to, she hears another little dog barking outside, and that always gets her on defense mode. I went to CarMax only legit because I saw the commercials. Like, that is legitimately the only reason I went there. I'm such a ham for corporations selling me on products I don't need and stuff, but like, legitimately, the reason I went is because I saw commercials. So it was sort of funny, but I went there and showed them all my paperwork, my import documentation, my title, and everything you need to sell a car if it's an imported car. And they looked at it, they test drove it, they looked at it some more. They had me wait, filled me with coffee. Came back and they were like, here's the thing. The dash of your car is in kilometers, because that's what Canada and pretty well the rest of the world uses. So your dash is in kilometers. And the odometer that tells you your mileage is also in kilometers. Because here I am, I'm trying to sell this car, and it's got 40,000 miles on it. Miles. What the odometer reads is more like 65,000, 67,000, whatever it is. It's over 60-something thousand. So, number one, nobody wants to believe that it's got 40,000 miles on it. They want to assume that it's already been changed to miles, and that's just done. But if it hasn't been changed to miles, then it would need to be changed to miles. So CarMax was like, we love your car. We would love to buy your car. It's a beautiful car, but we can't. We just can't buy it. Like, straight up, simple as that. We're going to be honest with you. We just can't buy it. So that was that. They were like, maybe you'd have, once you get the dash changed and your title changed, come see us again. Or it was mostly about the dash being changed. Like, once you get that changed, come see us again. So I drove from that parking lot to a Dodge dealer. The car is a Dodge. So I went to a Dodge dealer straight up. And I was like, listen, guys, can you change the computer to show miles instead of kilometers? They looked. No, there's no way that they can do that. It's just not built into this car. In other cars and newer cars, slightly newer cars, there's even a button that lets you do it. But because mine was the very first generation of Dodge Challenger, it's not available in the car. So they couldn't change the dash. They would need to order one in. I said, how much to order one in? About $700 is what it would cost. So $700. I should actually point out that before I even went to CarMax, I had actually taken my car in to try to get that dash changed before. And they didn't have the parts, they said. They had to special order them in. So I just left and didn't pay a thing, and that was that. But I didn't know that, like, it needed to be done. I thought it was an optional thing that I should do. So to have it come back and all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, no, this is required for us to buy the car. We would need that. It was really a bummer. But whatever. I'm willing to do it. What is it going to take? So I went to the salesman and I was like, hey, guy, if I were to get it changed, would you buy the car? Like, before I do the work, would you guys buy the car? And he's like, well, let me see. and I have to talk to my used department. They have a whole used department at this one I went to, and they need to do a test drive, that kind of stuff. So guy goes, does his test drive, and he comes back and he loves the car. Again, another guy, he test drove it. He loves the car. He's like, beautiful car. It's been very well maintained. You know, it might be about 10 years old, but it looks brand new. I mean, and he said, I'll be honest with you, I'd give you, you know, 8,000 or 9,000 for it, which is a great deal. That is legitimately what it would be worth. So I was happy. I was like, yes, that's what I want. That's the amount that I want. That everything that you just said is what I want. So, you know, let's make this deal happen. And he's like, your problem right now is because of the title. The title is still wrong, so we can't do anything with it until that gets fixed. That's the unfortunate truth. So basically the same thing that the other place had told me. So then I drove half an hour over to the DMV, and I posed the question to them and was like, hey guys, you know, do you want to buy my car? No, not do you want to buy my car, but like, I'm trying to sell my car, and I need this title fixed because I was the one who got the title for it. And it's my fault. It's this whole thing is just my fault to a point. The reason that I'm having such issues is because nobody wants a rollback. Okay, so there's this company called Carfax, and I'm sure you've seen the fox on the commercials. If not, well, all you need to know is that Carfax is basically a site, a platform, a company that confirms your car has never been in an accident, that the mileage is correct, and that it's you're the owner, that there's no liens on it, you know, like essentially stuff like that, to make sure that when you're buying a car, you're getting the car that you're paying for. Now, because mine says 67,000 number on it, they would need to prove that when I change it and that now says 40,000 miles, the only thing that it'll show online is from 67 to 40,000, and it'll say rollback, alert, warning, danger, rollback. Problem is, if you have a thing that says rollback, no car dealer in the world will buy it ever. The one guy I went to said, you know, if it says that, or if it says unknown miles, you might as well say it has 140 miles, 140,000 miles on it. Like it would be useless. The car would be useless to you. I think I'm going to use chisel quartz underneath for the pool base itself. Oh no, you know what I was going to do? I was going to do glass. Yeah, let me do glass. Glass would be... How am I going to do this? Yeah, just glass. Okay. I'm gonna just test with glass. So the guy's like, you need to fix your title. I went to the DMV. The DMV looked at it and they're like, well, you need... the story's so long. I know I'm running over time here. But the DMV said you need a statement from the original seller to tell you that it's in kilometers and not miles. And I was like, but I am the original seller. And they're like, no, you're not. I was like, yes, I am. I'm the one who made the title for it. I'm the original seller. They're like, no, you're not. You need to get it from the original company that sold you the car. And I was like, but that's a dealership in Canada from 10 years ago. For all I know, they're closed. Like, that's unreasonable. You can't do that to me. And they're like, yes, we can. And I think we just did. You have to get that information. So I called the dealer. Unbelievably, they are still open. And trying to get information. And I'm like, hey, would you guys have my information for me that would say, like, this car was in kilometers originally? Like, anything like that? And they're like, no. Like, simple as that. Like, no, we don't have documentation. Oh yeah, I gotta go with the cyan block still. Have to. Break all these. I don't need to keep the glass. I got tons. So the original dealer didn't have any information for me. They couldn't help me. And I was like at the DMV, and I was like, well, what if they can't give me that document? And she shrugged. She shrugged at me. The person at the DMV just didn't know. She didn't want to deal with me, first of all, but like she didn't know the policy or anything, so she was just kind of covering her butt, I think. But anyway, point is, I wasn't getting a new title from the DMV. So I went to a different DMV. I drove another hour away, went to a different DMV, and I was like, hey, I need a new title because I messed up. When I came into this country, I wrote kilometers on this title, but I actually meant miles. And they were like, no, you can't do that. You have to write what the number says on your car. And if your car is in kilometers, then you write kilometers. So you are right. The other DMV is wrong. And you should have got that converted before you ever made the title for it. And I was like, I know, but no, that wasn't required. So why would I make a title for something if it's not required to do that? It'd be wasting money at that point. And so, yeah, they didn't like that I had done it on my own, I guess. I don't know. It's stupid system. So I went ahead and they were basically, we can't help you. We can't help you. You need to get it converted first. So I went to the Dodge dealership that I had originally gone to before, and I had called him. I had left messages. I had left message. They weren't getting back to me. And at that point, you're like, you know, it's a car salesman. They would sell a kidney for a sale. If this guy isn't getting back to me, it's because he just doesn't want. He doesn't want my car. So I drove down there and saw the guy, and he's like, and I was like, so here's the deal I want to do. Like, you guys do the work. I'm not paying $700 to do the work. I'm not paying $700 to put in this new thing when you guys can put in the new thing, sell the car, and be happy. He was like, I'll be honest with you. My boss does not want your car. Just like that. So there was nothing I could do. Nothing I could do. I mean, that was the end of the conversation. Like, he's like, you need to get the thing changed by an official source. By an official person who changes dashes and can certify the work, and then get a new title, and then come back and you'll sell the car. It's so ridiculous that I had to go through all of this. The DMV said it would take 2 to 3 months for that new title to come through if I got the work done for $700. And I just wasn't willing to do any of that. I was just done at that point. I had gone to different used car dealers all over the place to see if maybe they would be willing to work with me in some way. And all of them were like, oh, we like the car. Then they realize it's Canadian, and they're like, never mind. Just like that. Never mind. Nope. Not interested anymore. So there we go. Look at my new pool. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. So that was that. That was my whole story about the car and the frustrations with it. I went to 2 different DMVs. I went to, I think, 5 different dealers, like 2 Dodge dealers, 2 used car dealers, and then CarMax. So yeah, 5 dealers. At the end of the day, I was actually thinking, I'm going to drop new import documents to import it back into Canada and then just have my dad sell it or something for me, because that would save me so much time, so much effort. Birch, I think, is what I want. Birch looks best in the savannah, which I am technically in. Birch looks best. What do I need the birch for? I need it for... I just missed everything. That's why I built this little stairway here. I want the birch for, like, up to here. There. And this is actually going to be a floor where I'm standing right now, I think. And this is going to be a glass wall. So, technically, I could go like this. Boop. And then actually, yeah, I need to cover that too. Yeah, there we go. This is going to be a pillar. I have the pillar blocks for it. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, good. Whoops. Whoops. There. So I went over time, but that's all right. Point was, that all sucked. Having to go through all of that to be told there's nothing we can do. That sucked. It really, really did. Actually, I almost should do, like, take all of this out. I should almost take all of this out, too. Break that, and then just go, like, along to there. How would that look? I'm wasting blocks like crazy, these precious quartz blocks. And then just cap it off there with, like, whatever for now. I don't know. No, that's not right. That's not right. That's not right. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about this. What is that doing there? I'm going to have to think about this. I like the design, though. So, yeah, the design is kind of cool. Very, modern. Just wait until it has all the glass in it. I'm going to use the quartz, or cyan glass, I mean, all along the walls and stuff. And that's going to be my little house. A little house with my little bed and my little books and my little tables and things. Along here, this is going to be a stairway up to the top floor. Really, really like it. Maybe I got to just get rid of this pillar to make things look right. Maybe I just need to get rid of that. I don't know. I feel like I've all messed it up now. But anyway, that's where we're going to end it. Hope you guys enjoyed my little rant about the car and stuff, but frustrating. Anybody want to buy a car? I'll sign it. I'll sign the dash. But there we go. We'll see you guys next time in TimeShot. Bye-bye.